Let's see.
Alrighty.
All right.
1,000 meters away.
Welcome, everybody. I believe, yes, and we are live. This is the Sam Crescent art stream. You are watching Sam Crescent, creator of Strength Monsters, Zombie Command, and a whole bunch of other stuff that's not finished or out yet that you haven't heard of. I'm a full-time artist and illustrator, and I am working on building my independent art business, and you can watch it all happen live here on all these shows. Let's get into it right now. I'm going to be working on my Strength Monsters. I'm going to be working on my Strength Monsters comic book today. Adjust my mic a little bit, get a little closer. You might hear from time to time, you might hear my son in the background. He's gaming right next to me. And let's get this party started. I'm going to start warming up like I always do with some exercises. I'm going to do that for a little while first, and then I'm going to get into drawing my comic book. So I'm going to start getting some straight lines going. So it's a little bit later in the day. It is Saturday, May 2nd, 2026. Usually I'm streaming early in the mornings, but today I had to reverse the schedule because I had a lot of other things I had to do early in the morning. Specifically, I had to go to the recycle center and drop off all my recycle stuff, recycle all the cardboard. I do have a cardboard project that's ongoing right now where I'm wheat pasting together huge mini sheets of cardboard to create cardboard planks, cardboard like that I would use like as lumber. But the problem is the volume of cardboard that I had accumulated just from packages and all kinds of things going in and out of the house and the studio and such became overwhelming. So I still have lots of cardboard material to work with, but I had to cut down on the cardboard that was piling up here because it was just too much to handle. On the weekends, you want to get to that recycle center as early as possible. It can get pretty gnarly. It can get pretty intense there. And so I did not want to risk getting there too late. That's good. Let's do some circles now for the warm-up. I'm just going to draw some circles here. Just working on dexterity, accuracy, whatever I can. I'll vary the sizes and even vary the direction. So these ones are left to right. These ones are right to left. Trying to continue to work my hand and eye coordination, trying to keep my drawing dexterity up even when I'm working digitally. I do not have the steadiest hand in the world, but I've learned how to make do with it. And since I've been doing these exercises each day, I do feel there's been some improvement. All right, that's enough of that. Let's we're gonna change colors here and let's work on some boxes. So I was let's see, everything's good here. Let's make this a little darker so you can actually see it. I was at I was at the recycle early this morning, and then one of my sons, he's helping me with a project, setting up a paint booth where I can paint with my spray gun and everything like that and start doing more custom type painting. And so we had built the subfloor for the booth and had to help him get set up for that so we could paint it and start the waterproofing. And then tomorrow he's going to be working on that. And he's going to be it's a little too far back. He's going to be helping me get it all built out. so that when my spray gun gets here, hopefully in the next week or so,
Yeah.
I'll be able to have a place where I can start doing all my custom painting and such right away. So I'm still waiting for that to come. Still waiting for my Lumalure paint to show up and everything. It's all going to come at the same time. And I've talked about Lumalure a bit on this channel. It's a new type of paint that I'm learning to use. It's an electric paint. You basically build a circuit with the paint, and then you run a current through that circuit, and it actually lights up the paint. So it's not like glow in the dark. It's not like black light reactive. It's actually, the paint actually turns into light, like in a light bulb. People think that there's LEDs there or some kind of a light emitter, and I mean there is. The paint becomes the light emitter, and so it's very interesting. It's used in automotive stuff. It's used not that widely. It's only been around since 2015, but I'm determined to become one of the foremost experts on it, as I discovered it, and I see a lot of potential things that I can do with it that are exciting for me. So that's where I'm going with all this. That's what's new on the front here at the Sam Crescent Art Studio. Believe it or not, now today is Saturday, and I was scheduled to be at a convention that I was last minute unable to attend. And basically the situation with that is it was a out-of-state convention. It would have been a very, very, very lengthy drive for me to get to. And it was one that I registered for a year ago. And I had every intent to go there, but unfortunately, in the last minute, I could not make it out there for a number of extenuating circumstances. So I'm hoping, you know, I emailed the promoter. I told him there's no way I could make it. Some other things that happens around here concerning my family and everything that I don't really need to talk about right now, but I couldn't get to it. So long story short, I'm just here this weekend. And I do hope that the promoter, what is going on here, isn't too angry, and that I'll have an opportunity to go again next year, and hopefully, you know, I'll have things in place and situated well enough that that I won't have to miss it again. So this exercise right here, it's literally just a exercise in perspective, and I'm doing this more or less from memory. You're just rotating a cube around. This line here is supposed to be the horizon line, so that means that's where the point of view is. If you're above this line, if the object's above this line, you're looking up. If the object's below this line, the idea would be that you're looking down. And when I'm doing this exercise, I'm trying to get, again, it's an exercise in dexterity. I'm trying to get my, keeping my lines straight and controlled. I don't want to take too long with it, so I'm just going to do 2 rows of these boxes, and then I'm going to bisect them up and do a few other things with them that you'll see. We don't want the warm-up to become the entire day's work. So we do have to be careful when doing warm-ups that I don't get too carried away. However, there's a few other things that I would like to draw in today's warm-up. So this angle here, we're going to do like this. There. So I mean, this one's here. This one's kind of in the middle. Like that. And then we're going to do this one. So we're going to have it over here. Okay. And we're going to try and get this here. And I don't feel like that's enough of an angle, unfortunately. So let's fix that. And that's a bit better because we want, you know, you're seeing the full size of these two boxes. This one you want to see mostly that one. So this is still, I think, could be improved. Let's undo it and redo it again one more time. Kind of a harder angle to do. I'll start with this line instead first and get this face here because we know this face is the one that's mostly going to be facing us now. And then I can kind of get this narrow face here. And already this is much more in line with what I wanted. All right, now we're going to I'm gonna make this a little bigger so I have some more space to draw with here. And let's work on bisecting these boxes. Actually, I'll do that with a red pencil pen. That's a really aggressive red. Let's go a little bit more here. All right, there we go. So we're gonna, the idea is we're gonna try and find the center of these boxes and just bisect them up. So we're using our eyes. We're trying to look at spatial relationships between lines, and essentially that's what we're doing. We're not measuring. They're
building stuff.
Training. I'm trying to train myself to be able to make the judgment as to where these lines would accurately be placed on these boxes. And we're trying to get this segment here. Oops, let me do it.
Don't you have to have like a blueprint for them to do that?
We want that segment here to try and be, actually I think I'll just do this lump. Trying to get this segment here even with this segment here. So this maybe is a little bit too high, but we are looking in a downward perspective, so it's not going to actually be perfect. It's going to be lower though, because I believe when we're looking down like this segment should be slightly larger than this segment because it's closer to us, to the viewer. Same thing here when we do this in the middle and then we bifurcate it. This segment here should be larger than that segment. And this is just basic perspective drawing exercises. I'm going to do that over again because I put this one that needs to be more there. I'm just trying to judge the middle of these cubes as best as possible. And I'll probably, you know, if you watch these streams, I'll be doing these cube exercises for a lot lately. I tend to do the same exercises over and over and over again because until I can really feel like I have a mastery of it, so I've really internalized it and can do it from memory, can do it from intuitively, and that just takes lots of reps and lots of training and consistency. And that's pretty much it. You know, you can do exercises like this. The more time you put into this, the more you can do. Now let's I'll make a new layer and let's do our mannequin now. So we're gonna go here. So I'm just making another shape within a shape here. That should be down here, chest. Now if we go from this side here, we're gonna put an ellipse in there. I'm gonna cut this down here, whoops. Stay in that box. This is coming this way, down, and then we wanna curve that, go there. This one, we'd have the arm built there. And then this is going to be slightly off like that there. This is kind of indicates the abdomen / lower plexus, and I'm going to do some Bridgman after this. So I'll do some more complex. What do you call this? Complex torso. This is very much a very simplified abstraction of the torso. It doesn't look like this, but it's good to do these simplified abstractions because for me, being able to construct my drawings is the number one thing that kind of helps me be able to draw out of my imagination as much as possible and draw without maybe having the reference right in front of me. And when it comes to drawing comic books and cartooning and animating, you really need that ability. And then what I do is I will look at reference if I can later and then see if I can use it to improve my drawing some more, because there's always going to be something that maybe you didn't think about, or maybe you haven't memorized. You know, as good as you are, as you may be training and trying to memorize things and remember what things look like, you're still gonna forget. Your brain still needs to simplify information. It's still gonna forget things, and so that's why I will still, when I can, pull up the reference, or when I'm doing these warm-ups, like I'm gonna draw from Bridgman, draw from the reference, because that will help kind of help solidify my memory of what things look like and everything like that, how the anatomy goes. And you can kind of memorize the anatomy abstractly like this. I mean, this isn't even anatomical right now. This is, in my opinion, just a slightly more complex primitive shape, you know, that we're building out of the cubes. Now we can do is we can put the neck on this thing, and it's going to go here. Basically, we're going to just put a cylinder on this, and you put a ball on top of the cylinder. Now, is that head big enough? It actually is. That's probably superhero proportions. And then you come down, and there's your whole chin and mouth. And then you can come across, and you can work that. So same thing here. You're going to make a ball here. This is going to bisect down the middle. And there's your chin. Now, that head's way too low. So let's fix it. Whoops. Let's get this neck built up a little more. Because your neck is going to seem too high some of the time, because you're putting this ball, but realize you're putting this ball on top of it. Ugh. Get this to look right. Putting this ball on top of it, but then when you drop the chin in, you realize that it's actually pretty much at the size it needs to be. You know, how you have an ear there. Okay. That's not bad. I think this may be a little better. That head is a little bigger than this head, and this would not be superhero proportions. Superhero proportions is the body would be about 9 heads high. And so if you want the character to look more muscular, you would you shrink the head down a little bit, and it'll make the body look bigger. And that's why sometimes when you see characters like the Hulk and stuff, they'll look like, some artists will draw them almost like they have like pinheads, like little tiny heads. I don't really think that looks right there. What we're looking at here is this part here on the top. You can draw an X right here, and then you do your circle there, and that's the base of your cylinder. And then you build it up. There's the top of your cylinder. Put your ball on top of it.
But I can't.
A little bit weird. Let's fix that. Bisect it. Actually, that's wrong. So I bisected it down the middle, but remember, we're on this point of view. So that's the middle of the head there. And so this is actually going to be back more. Now you can't really see that all that well, but there it is. And so now we have the head placed more or less correctly in the right location. So this one I'm gonna, a little bit harder to do because we can't see it. And I can already tell you that I need to make the neck a little bit longer, because remember, where the ball is the top portion of the head,
It's gone.
and that's a crazy ball right there. Let's fix that. And then we're gonna come here and put the jaw on there, put the face on there, and that's gonna be somewhat, I think we can do it better. Let's redo it. All right, let's get this done right here. Here.
Just want an engine. Sounds like
There we go. And this is where, so this line here would not be where his eyes are. It'd be more about there. So that's better. You know what? It's not right. You know why? I do this line across, but remember, we're at this perspective, and this is not at that. Whole head here is not in that perspective. So that's why we do these drills, because we're making mistakes here. So let's get the eyes would go in there. And there we go. See how much better that looks? Now that head still is a little big. I'm having a kind of a hard time drawing this small. So let's get it to the superhero proportions. So at least I'm like, okay, somewhat trying to be disciplined with this. Almost finished with this, and then I'm going to move on to some Bridgman studies, and then I'm going to do I'm going to start drawing my comic book today. So, you know, I have time today. It's Saturday, so it's okay to do a little bit longer warm-up. I just don't want to mentally fatigue myself too much from the warm-up, and that's, neck is too big. Everything's too wrong on this. This neck should be much smaller. Ball would be maybe up there, maybe a little bit more. We've got the line coming through there. Be here for the chin, and this would be his, where his eyes would be. There's our character's head. All right, let's keep working this here. So now these are easier angles because we can see exactly, if you know this, then you know that's where your ellipse goes here to build your cylinder. And so it's easier than these upshots, where really what you'd want to do to build your cylinder in an upshot like this is go here, and you need to draw through it like that. And then you can see that your ellipse would be right about there. And you don't really have much this, so it's like you have almost nothing to work on, you know. You go there, your ellipse would be, you know, about where it is, but it's very much harder to do. Side view easy. Now the only thing is that we would see, well, that's the horizon line, so you wouldn't be looking down at the top of this head, because kind of going above it. Like even this is kind of wrong actually. The horizon line would be, well, it's fine. I mean, it actually wouldn't be there. It'd be up here somewhere. So you would be looking down on this head. So that's kind of what I'll do to indicate that we're looking down on the head. See, the top of the head would be here. Fix that. And I'll draw this head bigger here.
Okay.
Going this way. Now, bifurcate this here. And now this is actually going to be going more here. And the top of this head will be there. Coming down. This would be thirds. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There's my thirds. Kind of the forehead here.
Oh yeah.
Nose, mouth,
That's wonderful.
jaw.
I'm getting a little military science going.
Now, we can put in the sunglasses for the eyes right now. That's where the eyes would go. And then you put a circle in there for the eyeball. You draw your eyelids over that. Put our nose in here.
Copper.
Put our mouth in there with the muzzle of the mouth here. Our cheek line going out to the ear. Should be there.
I know.
Sternocleidomastoid muscle here. Tendon coming off of it. Scalene muscle coming this way. The trapezius muscle. Actually could indicate the cheekbone, whoops, right here. Coming out like that. Down. So just constructing out the head and the different planes of the face. It's a little bit difficult because this is so small. And this muzzle of this mouth would probably come out even more. That's the idea. Let's get this one constructed here. Maybe I should make my pen a little smaller. That might help. Yes, up. Draw in the ball. Top of the head. We're going to cut it this way. That's pretty much it for that. That head's maybe a little bit small, a little bit off. And this is why I'm going to start doing this exercise a lot more. Because it's one that I definitely need to practice more. Getting these proportions down. And just being able to kind of eyeball it. Build it off to basic shapes. We'd have the top of this sphere here. Come down like that. There we go. All right, so that's it for that. Let's work some Bridgman. So that's a little bit of perspective exercises, a little bit of moving forms and shapes around. I'm gonna go into Bridgman, and we're just gonna do a torso here. Let's turn this layer off, and this layer off. We'll put a new one up, and basically. We could do the same. We could actually do the same form here and here, and we'll just build a Bridgman torso on top of it. So what I'm gonna do is,
What can't you find?
I'm gonna draw the box, and it's gonna be a straight on view, basically. Here, here, here. Let's get a little bit more accurate with these lines. Yeah, let's bisect it.
When stone furnace isn't working, still ones.
Now, this is kind of this Bridgman is kind of a look up. And so Bridgman actually uses more of a round shape here. And he does the chest this way. And then he does the abs here, coming down for the rib cage, like that. And then we're going to come down here into the hips and the pelvis here. These are the obliques out here, side of the body. And then we've got the navel down here. And then this is where the hips and the legs start, okay? Up here, he's got where the pit of the neck, where the collarbone would be, right? And then he has this guy actually raising his arms up, so he's coming here and here, and then the lats are coming out like this and like this,
Nice, like
here.
steel.
So there's the basic Bridgman structure. Now let's go over and do a little bit more detail. So basically, you've got the pectoralis muscles. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Pectoralis muscle coming through here like this. Boy, this pen feels a little off. It's because it's the mapping pen. Let me switch it.
Let's see.
Come on. This pen will be better. Still feels weird. Okay. All right, so we go here, here, here. There's that muscle. Now for the in here, what you have is the sartorius muscles, which kind of make that look like that. What that is, the sartorius, or I have to look that up. Now I'm forgetting. And this, what you're looking at down here, this is actually rib cage. Okay. And how pronounced this rib cage is, I mean, that's going to be different on various people, right? It's like some people have like really pronounced rib cages, and other people, you know, the rib cage is less obvious, you know, but you would have, you know, some stuff there. This is where the sternum ends. This isn't in the Bridgman drawing, but we could put the nipple in there, because people do have nipples. So put that in there. Now, that's the latissimus dorsi muscle back there, and this is all getting shadow in Bridgman's work here. And then same thing on this side. You've got the latissimus, the lats, okay, and coming up, and this is all getting shadowed. All right. Now, in Bridgman's drawing, he's got more shadow under here, showing that this is turning under. There, and this is coming under, and then he's got the obliques. This is a little bit weird looking. Let me fix this. So he's kind of got some sartorius stuff, and then this is all in shadow here. And basically, you know, you'd have some shadow here. And now this is called the coracobrachialis right there. It's like a small muscle that's there. And then this would be like the tricep back here. And then you have the deltoid, which actually comes off the collarbone, and it doesn't go there. It goes to the chromium process here, and the collarbone comes like this, like that. And then you've got the bicep muscle, which not in his drawing, coming out like that. And then, so I got to fix this because I did this wrong. And I can see it now. There's the bicep muscle. And then you have coracobrachialis in here. And then you got the tricep here. And proportionally, this needs to be a little bit smaller to fit into this body. Kind of went a little too big there. So let's just scale it down so it's about the right size. So Bridgman's drawing ends right here, but we just built ours out a little bit more, and we can put some shadows in here actually. Because this is a round form, it'd be turning under that. The pectoralis muscle runs underneath all this, and it's also a form that's going to be turning here. You know, we can kind of render it out this way more. You can put some striations in here if you wanted. Whoops, that top one's bad. there. Render that side. And then same thing here. We have the collarbone here. The deltoid comes there, inserts. We'd have the bicep muscle coming through here like this. Okay. We can put the coracobrachialis in right there. And the triceps coming right there. Out. Like that. You'd have the elbow here. You'd have the forearm starting to insert here. I'm just making this up now because there's no more reference. And there we go. You can keep building this out. Okay. We'll put in some. I just filled in the whole coracobrachialis muscle. I just put the whole thing in shadow. Oh well. We can build that up, make it a little more muscular. Put that in shadow there. Let's get the pelvis here. Kind of comes down to the where the groin is here. And Bridgman just kind of has some lines going off like that. Got that there. And we can put some rendering. He's got some rendering in here. Basically to indicate that this is turning under. That's terrible rendering that I just did. Sometimes I just look at like what the shape of this shadow should be. And I'll kind of outline that. That's, you know, Bridgman's drawings are really sketchy. And so you do have to kind of interpret things. And he's got this whole side of the body basically in shadow here. And then Bridgman doesn't have the abs really in there, but if you wanted, you could start putting in the abs. You know? And then you can start getting the legs in. So there you go. There's a Bridgman kind of anatomy. This nipple's like way too big. I don't know what's going on there. Let's shrink that down. All right, this arm could need some more adjustment, and this is where, like, if I pulled up some reference now, I could probably improve my anatomical drawing like a lot more, because this is just what I have in my mind right now. All right, let's see. We've been going for 38 minutes. That was a 38-minute warm-up. I gotta get to drawing my comic book, or nothing's gonna get done here. Time to rock and roll. So let's see. This is what I did yesterday here. So far, I've been on a roll with all the streaming. I've been doing it every day for weeks now. I don't know how many. That's my stuff I've already drawn. Bit of a delay there. All right, so this is the panel, and it looks like I have these characters all separated out. So we'll draw them. Let's see. We've got Brain Monkey. We've got Evil Robot and Baby Monkey. We'll draw them as together. And I've got Rocking there. So let's just knock these guys down, so they don't interfere with me. And I'm gonna pop up a layer right here. Switch my pen to the I want a dead line. I've been using the felt pen. There we go, and I got that one pretty much adjusted to how I like it. And we'll start with Evil Robot and Baby Monkey. Let me see here. This line here, that's going to be really too thick compared to other things. Let's try a 5. Let me see here.
I'm going insane.
Or can I get away with a 6? See if I can get away with a 6. Okay. So right away, this character is going to be super easy.
What?
because we just did all those boxes, and he's
I'm trying to build the car.
literally just a box. Now, we've got Baby Monkey here, and he's grabbing this guy. I'm not going to give away what happens here right now, but it's, you know, this is a very emotional moment,
Okay, it's not there.
extremely intense here. What's going on? Yeah, eventually I'm gonna work my way through the torso and doing the torso in perspective, and I'm gonna review some Bridgman torso as my warm-ups. I kind of will do this, like I'll make a little kind of training program for myself, and that way I'm kind of always hopefully improving a little bit each year, even though I'm at the point where it's more important at this stage of my life for me to work on completing work, meaning finishing my comics, finishing my cartoons, building my catalog, illustrating more t-shirts, printing more t-shirts, printing more stickers, illustrating more stickers, doing more paintings that I can turn into t-shirt designs, magnets, you know, whatever other kind of like products I can create out of that I could sell, that I could support myself with. That's more important than spending all my time training, trying to get better. It's a trap a lot of artists fall into. They spend their whole career training, they get super good, but then they haven't made anything. They don't have any products. They don't have any catalog. They don't have any body of work that really can support them other than their training. And so then they just end up being instructors, or they have to teach, they have to, you know, they train other artists. And if you enjoy that the most, and in some cases there's artists that do, and there's many artists I know where they're training, they get so good at it that becomes the art. Like they would do that box exercise that I did, and they would make it look so killer and just beautiful and perfect that it's like that is their art now. The problem though is, and it is art what they've done, but the problem is that it's, from my point of view, it's not narrative. It doesn't tell a story. It doesn't really it's not very compelling, other than, wow, look at that skill level. Wow, look at that skill. Look at that discipline. Look at that, you know, ability. And that part of it is pretty, you know, pretty cool, but I want to make stories. I want to make things that have a, you know, a more, you know, that have more depth to it than just check out this killer ability. And really that the killer ability is not really what makes somebody necessarily even successful. There's a lot more factors that go into it. You know, Charles Schultz, for example, was a master of this minimalist style that he developed, and was one of the most successful cartoonists of all time ever to play the game, you know. And that had to do with his storytelling, with his philosophy, with his observations of childhood, and his observations with self-esteem. And, you know, you have Charlie Brown, who is the lowest self-esteem possible, right? He is the one that struggles with his confidence, his belief in himself, his ability to fit in, to you know, not be bullied by, you know, some of his friends like Peppermint Patty, or it wasn't Peppermint, it was Lucy. Like Lucy would bully him all the time, you know. And then you have Snoopy, who's the opposite archetype. He's like the coolest, you know. Snoopy's who everyone wants to be. Charlie Brown is who everybody feels like they are. And I mean, you start thinking about it and you're just, man, it was such a beautifully done, well written, well created strip. And the amazing thing about it is it didn't it didn't just become that. It didn't just, it wasn't born that way. It became that way from Charles Schultz. Like every day this is a guy that there's a point in that guy's career where he was doing over $1 million a month off his comic strip, his royalties, his licensing, all the different things that he had done with all his characters and everything he created. And even when he was at that level of success, he never stopped. He was disciplined. He got up every day. He went into his studio. He went to his drawing board, and he went through his process, and he drew a strip every day, wrote and drew a new strip, and kept the engine, which was the newspaper strip. He just kept it going. He could have stopped at any point in time. He could have pulled a Bill Watterson or a Gary Larson and just pieced out and said, I did this strip for 10 years. I don't have anything more to say. I'm done. And gone reclusive. I mean, he could have done any of that. And, but he didn't. He kept drawing his comic strip over again, day after day. And all the way until the end of his life. And, yeah, so anyway, I can talk about Charles Schultz quite a bit. To me, he's one of the more inspirational artists. And that's one of the things about what I've been doing. So a lot of people that know me on, for example, my Instagram, they know me from conventions. They know me from in-person stuff. So I do a lot of conventions and everything. And I do a lot of really detailed illustrations that were long efforts, hundreds of hours, lots of rendering, realistic, well planned out, well thought out, screen printed, designed for the screen print process. My illustrations, a lot of them that I sell at the convention, these are screen printed illustrations that have glow in the dark features. They have black light features. Some of them have different types of inks, day glow inks, because I'm a screen printer as well, and I know the screen printing process, and I will illustrate for that process. And people come across these live streams right now, and they're seeing me draw in this cartoon style, and people are wondering what's going on. Why aren't you doing the detailed stuff? Why are you drawing in this, cartoon style like this? And the reality is I pride myself in trying to be a good cartoonist, and I want to be a better cartoonist than I am. And I do have a philosophy too, and that is that the cartoonist will always beat the illustrator. Okay. And I'll make my point. Like when it looks, what's been the most impactful artwork in our culture in the last 100 years, it's all stuff that has been created by cartoonists. Okay. Mickey Mouse, it's cartoon.
I'm seeing where this
Donald Duck, Calvin and Hobbes, the Peanuts, the Simpsons. I mean, look at the phenomenon that the Simpsons became, and that was, Matt Groening was basically, he was more or less kind of an underground cartoonist when the Simpsons came to be. The story was that he had this comic strip called Life is Hell, or Life in Hell, and it's like this rabbit, and I actually have some of them. I think they're very good. They're kind of a, it's when you go back and read those now, I related to them really well when I was younger because of the teenage angst and the being forced to go to school and hating that and being bored there, and just the absolute suffering that was high school and middle school and junior high and everything. I mean, it was just absolute misery that you had to deal with there for me. So it reads like a something that's written by a struggling, disgruntled cartoonist that is just like suffering through life. I mean, that's kind of how I would describe his comic strip. And so I related to it strongly as a kid. As an adult, I'm much, I'm very happy and content, and I don't mean that in a bad way, like, oh, you're content, you're not working hard now. No, I mean in a positive way. Okay. And so the whole, that whole, the suffering that you read about in the Groening's Life in Hell is, it's less, I don't relate to it as much now at this stage of my life, which is good. I mean, hopefully, I'm pretty old now, and you want your life to have a trajectory of improvement, going forward, development, transformation. It's not that you have to become super successful. That's not really what I'm saying. What I'm saying though is, you want, if your life was a story arc, you want to see that story's developing, going somewhere. And so if I'm as old as I am now and I still felt the same way about everything as I did when I was a teenager, and I wasn't able to overcome that kind of like suffering and the misery of being a teenager that I didn't know how to deal with, or learn how to deal with, then that would be that'd be kind of a sad story in some ways. Like, the story you want is, oh, you got older and you overcame that, the challenges that high school presented to you, the challenges that you had when you were younger. Now, the challenges don't go away. You're still going to have them. But hopefully, if you do everything right, you're going to have better tools, and, emotionally, mentally, strategically, to be able to deal with those challenges, to be able to handle them. And you'll have confidence. You'll have so many years and reps of being pushed or having a hard time and still getting through it on the other side, that then as you get older, hopefully you realize you have the confidence to you that you can get through it. You become more like Snoopy. You start out like Charlie Brown. You want to evolve, and become, now Snoopy was like kind of almost a little too cool, but you get what I'm saying, hopefully. All right, let me save this really quick. So we got the basic drawing in for Baby Monkey and Evil Robot. Let me let's get his diaper in here.
Dude.
So it doesn't just look like legs coming out of anywhere. And really, like, I should do some exercises that would improve me as a cartoonist more too in the future. And I'm gonna check the chat really quick, and there is nothing in the chat. And I don't expect there to be. I will at some point get the multi-chat going. What I want to do is, I'm gonna set my chat up in OBS, but I need to set it up in a separate window.
I think I could install it maybe.
I don't want it to be
I don't know how big it is.
going over the screen that's in my OBS. And the reason being is because I also record these in OBS, and then I have the recording, and that's important. I want to have a clean recording of this, because that acts as a record of my work that I can. I don't know that I'll ever refer back to it. Like, chances are I'll never watch these back, but maybe generations later, my great grandchildren or something, they'll see all these comic books, they'll see all this stuff, and they can go back and watch me work on it. They could listen to me philosophize or talk about what I was doing, where I was thinking about. It's a record for my family, and unfortunately, I have children. And so when I say that I'm leaving something for posterity, it actually will be left for my posterity. You know, there's other YouTubers and vloggers that are like, this is for posterity, and they don't have any. Their posterity would be the posterity of the world,
It's on sale.
basically, because they don't have their own. They don't have their own,
This game is
and
a lot better too.
and that's okay. Not everybody's going to have their own posterity. I wanted to have children always, for as long as I can remember. So
They put
that's why I had them,
five minutes at Freddy's.
and I'm very grateful that I was able to.
Wow.
So let's see here. What are we doing here?
Fine.
I'm just gonna get the silhouette locked in on this, and I'll just keep talking to myself because that's all there is to do, really, and just keep pushing through on these live streams. Maybe I'll think of something. So I've been clipping these videos and posting them on the clips of these on YouTube and Instagram. So there's like one little clip every day from the live, that kind of reminding people, hey, I'm doing this live, you can see this stuff. But I gotta sometimes wait until I'm drawing like a cool part of it, and then I've got to think of something interesting to say during that part while I'm drawing it. So I'm like, okay, we can clip this and it'll be a good clip.
Fell off a little bit.
Because again, like these live streams, I don't expect them to really hit that big either.
Dude, I saw
Because
the guy that made it. He made it.
you know, these drawings, they don't look that impressive right now. Their line art, it's cartooned. Is this the best cartooning you've ever seen? No.
I'm sure there's one you like have to draw.
I'm gonna be honest with it. You know, no, I'm not the best cartoonist. I feel like I'm competent. I'm hopefully, as I keep doing this every day, I get better. I become better. I think I will. But you know, so I don't really think this work's gonna hit that hard right now, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I've always had a strong internal I don't know what you call that. My internal validation of things is much stronger than the external. So if somebody's complimenting me and complimenting my work, it feels good, but it doesn't mean everything to me. And if nobody is, I'm still fine. It doesn't really affect me.
5 seconds left.
I just feel like I know where things are. Like I have a pretty good honesty about where I am, and
Yeah, I gotta get into that
I know I can do some things really well, and there's some things that are I've got to get better. But to get back to the whole thing, whatever I was talking about,
Not in the center of my monitor.
is hopefully the cartooning will improve. And once these are colored and they're rendered and they're fully colored and they're fully like these digital paintings, and that's when they start becoming more alive and people will become a little more impressed. And then when they see it animated and they see these things moving, and they see even a more clear vision of what I was doing, because the animated version, you really start to get it. Like, oh, this is what Sam was trying to communicate. But he was limited because I didn't have motion yet. That's when you really start. That's when these will really start to pop, and people go, oh, this is so cool. But I didn't even realize it when he was making it. And gotta label that layer, because if you don't label your layers, you will end up with a mess. Gotta be disciplined about keeping all that. I don't even know. Okay, let's draw in rocking. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna knock these characters down just a tad. And Rocking's on his own. Rocking is on his own layer. So I will dispel once I get into this. I'll dispel the deal with his name. So we can start with the shoulder here. Got the wrong pen. Let's go back to our flat
It's an alphabetical order.
felt pen, and we'll get this in. What size is
Wait, why
that?
don't I do PUV?
Way too big. Let's adjust this down to 6. I think I got away with a 6 just fine on the last one. So we got the deltoid, we've got the tricep coming in here, the elbow knob.
That's
We've got the bone here. That one. Other head of the deltoid.
okay.
Here.
And two blanks.
That's coming down.
Can't blanks like still kill you though?
There we go. Here's the forearm. Here's the brachioradialis muscle. And
Boom, watch this.
that's pretty good. I'll try not to do any rendering yet. This is a little bit weird. It's not actually the way it goes.
50-50.
Let's fix this.
So I just go. Yeah.
This if it's really built up, it's
Uh-oh.
a big form right there. The insert it
yeah.
actually does that.
It's gonna.
It doesn't go all the way that high up, but you get the idea. Close enough.
Okay. It's fine.
All right, let's get this
3 and 2.
thumb in here somehow. That's pretty good. Get this other hand,
I'm probably gonna do this.
and we're gonna get these knuckles in.
Okay, now it's 1 and 3.
And there's a little trick on the knuckles. Like you can, this is a triangle, this is a circle, and these are squares. Now they got to be in perspective. So, well, we'll let you. But I've got this coming over the top. So the circle's there. So that's our circle. Then our triangle would be coming like that.
Escape. I'm holding escape.
So it'd be here, and then our squares would just block there.
Stop streaming.
Okay.
What?
So it's like this: circle, triangle, square, square. That's your knuckles. If you're drawing a hand. Okay. That could be better, but it is what it is. So let's get this in here. Fingers kind of gripping the back of robot.
And then we just both way.
That works. Now, I'm going to kind of erase out some of these lines so that it just reads more as a shape.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it should be installing here.
there. That's good. Hands a shape. We'll get some
Yeah, it's installing.
tension here.
Right. It's
Yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah, it's at 8%.
No, I don't like that. This is a ball. It comes around like that. We'll render it this way. Something like that. That's pretty cool. That's the
Oh boy. This is
collarbone right there. Just put it in there just to see where it is. It's looking like we're having some problems over on Twitch, although I don't know. It says that the live is excellent, so hopefully it's just fine.
1 and 3.
You're not going to actually see his collarbone like that, but I'm just putting it in so I can kind of
I have adrenaline.
get an accurate
I have inverter.
read on this. And then the trapezius muscle comes out there, and then he's got his Tesla coils here. Okay. Now,
Can't do it.
This again, we are working with perspective. The Tesla coils come out of his
I
trapezius
was about to
muscle
blast you in the face.
right there. Get that done. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'll take that. Now let's just kind of.
The music in this game is amazing.
You'll see some indications of. Actually, let's keep that divot in there, and then we just kind of keep some indication of the collarbone in there. He's a muscular dude. We got the other one here, and then we have this deltoid muscle there, and there's the other trapezius. And I'm gonna just construct out like where his head should go. It's kind of bent down.
Right.
But if we use that perspective trick I was showing earlier, we can kind of go like that. And there's our ellipse. There's our neck. Our ball. We're going to make this the top of the head, the top of the ball here. And we want to turn it down. Like that. All right, let's erase out all these lines so that they're not in my way. Actually, I'm just going to knock it down, and let's pull up another layer and just draw in the face now. That. This is the hard part. Let's get this nose right. If I was going to turn this head down more, though, I mean, I think it's fine like that. I don't think I need to actually move the perspective that much further with it. Putting that eye there, putting that eye there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to construct this out better. It's like not working right now. It's going to be... muzzle of the mouth there. Nose there. All right, now we got a better read on this. All right, let's do this over here. I'm gonna put these eyes here, an eye there. Better save this.
3 and 3.
There we go. See, when in doubt, just construct it out.
What? One.
Let's get this ear put
I
in.
use all my items right now. I don't know, but should I? I'm gonna do this. Do this. Do a little bit of that. Then do a little bit of this. Do a little bit of that.
That's cool.
Okay.
This is kind of cool. I'm into it. I'll take it. Cool, cool. All right, let's erase this stuff. Now, even I didn't match up on my construction 1-for-1, but it's fine because it just gets me on the right trajectory. I'll do the neck, the correct neck anatomy in a minute. The head. Let's just see if we can. Layers. Actually, let's go here.
Which I could just.
Let's see. Merge selected. Whoops.
What is that?
What is this?
K1 forward.
All right, there we go. Okay. So remove our fist diagram.
2 blanks and 4 alive.
Let's clean up our fragments and such, and then we'll go in here and finish this off a little bit. So, let's move this up a little bit. And then,
I think so, yeah.
I need to move this head over a little too.
That's more likely to be blank now. What? How did you know?
Right there.
Alright. I'm gonna get you this time. Two blanks and 1 life.
Sternocleidomastoid's going to be there. His jaw, I'm going to put it there.
The mysterious voice.
Neck is here. Flaps are there. I need to move this bolt thing.
You know anything about this?
It's in the wrong place. Move it there.
What does it do?
This arm, we've got to kind of move it a little bit too.
Oh.
It's kind of on a weird locality. The wonder of working digitally is you can do stuff that if we were working traditionally, I'd have to erase everything and lock it all in some other way. Move this over. There we go. Scalenes there. That's pretty good.
Uh-oh.
All right.
You said
what the heck, man? Some weird ass nipples. All right, let's see here. We got Got that. What are we looking at here? Let's get this lightning bolt. Let's get this Tesla coil put in here.
In three, one blank. In three live.
Add more shadows and stuff later. Let's see. What else do we need? We need, you know, the radius would be there. We can get. Let's get the abs in here. We'll get the.
I mean, you're getting so much money. That's where it gets real. The whole game. We did fist fight. 2-2.
Yeah, I move my. I do tend to sometimes move my lines around a bit because it's like I don't know yet exactly where they're supposed to be until I can see them all in relationship with one another. That makes sense. I'm probably gonna have to make this foot and leg bigger because it's too small. Ah, let's get this here.
It's blank. How?
Let's do it this way. There's a couple ways I can construct the foot. I don't want to go here, 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 here.
Already. Watch
Now
this.
I know we got the big toe and the small toes. And just like that, now we have a foot that actually works. Just because I took the time I needed to construct out the forms.
Got two of them?
And yeah, there's some artists that can just do all that in their head, but not me. I've got to see it. The lateral malleolus is right there. We'll make the heel come down like that. No. What am I doing? See if I can improve this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Blank.
Down right.
And you win.
This pin in here. Then around.
Well, actually, I have one life left.
Whatever. It's good enough. I keep messing with it, and it's like, why? Why do I keep messing with this? I don't know.
Watch this. That was actually so lucky.
All right,
I
so
did
we
that in
got
the wrong
that.
order,
We
but-
got the rib cage here.
Oh, it is $50 bills.
Rib cage there. Abs coming in. Coming down, then we've got the other leg coming off of here. You can see I started drawing it there, so it's gonna be like this. This leg you can't
I'm the
see
most
it,
resourceful.
so I gotta fix all this here really quick. This is all hidden behind the robot, but I'm going to work it all out
It's,
anyway so that it's correct.
30%.
There's that. That. That.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, just see what gets him.
There. I'm going to make this leg needs to be a little bigger.
Just team against him. Just ruin his day.
That works here.
Alright. Oh, but that's nice too, because now we can, like, figure things out.
All right. Let's see. There's his other foot. There we go. That works. I'll take it. It's not perfect, but it's good enough.
Oh, interesting. Why is it not clicking? Yeah. Okay,
I gotta make this leg though bigger, or it's like weird
Simple
looking. All right, that works. And then basically this arm here is coming like this. Foreshortening, he's got his hand here. Be like that, coming towards us here. There. All right, I'm gonna just nuke that.
And then he's gonna shoot himself. He's
Nuke
trying to
that.
What?
Let's make a new layer. Knock this layer down. And let's finish this guy off.
Okay. So. Alright, yeah, because it's. Yeah, 2 and 2. Oh, there we go. So now it's 1 and 2. So. I can use the burner phone. I'm gonna use this. Then I can see. Okay, so now it's 1 and 1, right? 2. It's two blanks. Oh, you're right. You're right. This guy really likes using all of his stuff. Okay, that's...
All right, we're getting there. I'm having to concentrate a lot because there's a lot of different drawing problems that I'm kind of struggling with a little bit on this drawing.
I guess that's how unfortunate.
Weird stuff going on here.
Yeah, I use my adrenaline for what?
That's the hand.
Yeah. Should I do that? Should I do that? I'm just gonna shoot him.
I don't know why. I don't know why it's getting in trouble. I'm gonna change all this. And what happened?
Yeah, I don't know. What did he just use? I don't know. I don't know what he did.
From here, here.
Yeah, me either. It might have been a burner.
We'll get this bicep up here like this, kind of like
He's
a diamond
stealing my
shape also. Go like that, and we'll just kind of go there, and then we'll get the coracobrachialis there. We'll kind of get that tricep there, and that's gonna do it. And then we'll put this in. We'll put all of this in a rendered shadow here, rendering through here.
Oh.
And then let me just fix this up here a little bit.
It's in you. Oh, that's fine.
Render this one down like that.
Alright.
This is all gonna be shadow. This is the.
Okay, 4 and 3.
Oh, what the heck is going on here?
4 blanks, 3 live.
Collarbone's there. Too thick of a line.
Alright, alright. What was that? What did you just throw? Oh, it was adrenaline? Alright. So it's now, because it was 4 blanks and 3 lives, so yeah. So 4, 2. Yeah. So I'm just gonna do this, and then I'm gonna.
This has got to be different too.
Oh, you're right. So now it's 3 and 2. He disconnected.
There we go.
I think he knew. Alright, so if this is okay, so now it's 2 and 2, I think.
Triangle shape there.
Just for funsies, though.
All right, so we're getting close to it, you know. Now let's use our knuckle logic. We've got the circle here, knuckle there,
Just for fun, too.
and let's draw this in.
Alright.
This would be our triangle.
And then
And this would be our square 1 and square 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back of the hand, let's fix that. Boy, this one is hard. Not perfect, but it's not going to be really seen anyway, so
there you go.
I think it'll be okay.
Wait, I got my numbers wrong. I'm dumb.
Put that right there.
It doesn't matter though. Maybe possibly.
No, I don't like that.
You can like. You know nothing about this?
I like that more. All right, let's get the rest of this guy done here. I've got this one
Okay.
finished.
Finally, the saws. Oh.
You know, that belt there.
So what I can do. Let's do this.
This will
Okay.
take. That's the belt.
No, I missed it.
They can go
Put it
there.
down. Messed it up. Or whatever.
So I'm gonna do this. We'll make the underwear come there,
I was
and then
trying to
we'll
do
make
2
the
damage
underwear
to you.
come there.
But I missed it. I missed it. I would have won. So it's. I already forgot the numbers. I think it was 2 blank, 3 lives, and now it's 2 and 2. Or it was 3. Yeah, I don't know. What? I was lying. I completely lost track. Okay. Why? Okay. 2 and 4. So 2 blank, 4 live. Okay. Dude,
This
after
hand, we're gonna
Burner
keep
fans,
it as is.
but you should use the magnifying glass.
It's better the other
What
way.
are you doing, man? Oh. You know what? Screw it. Watch this. What? That was the 3rd shot. It's lying to me. I'm actually being lied to because it said 3rd
That's
shot
better
live
right
round.
there. All right, we're almost there.
Okay? And then
I've been pretty quiet for a
But that
while as I try to work this out. I
Is it
just haven't
relative
been as
to, like,
talkative.
like, the
Stream's been
shot
going
from,
for an hour and a half. Kind of struggling with my drawing today, but it's
That would have made sense.
to be expected. We've got some complex anatomy that we're doing, and I've had to work and rework it, and that's sometimes is just the way it is. But I know that eventually
I don't know.
I'll figure it out, and if drawing was always easy, it wouldn't be
Yeah.
fun.
I don't know. Not too.
So, but I pretty much can see where this goes now. So,
Yeah. Yeah, it's already, it's like 50%. Yes. There's literally like 10 gigabytes left. It should do it in like
um, there we go.
oh great, I got 3 cards. They're wonderful.
And that.
I think you can sell them. Pretty sure. Review my trading cards.
That's probably good enough. For now, we can put in some shadows inside, figure the rest of this guy out. Let's erase down what's behind him.
4 cents.
Pop these layers together and see
2
what
cents.
we're looking at.
That's so much money.
So let's see this whole leg. We're going to take it away. Take away all that. Take away some of this. Hold on a minute. kind of like that line there. Take that out. Take that out. Leave the overlap there. Don't need that one. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. We don't need any of this. Or that. Or that. Give them that. And then I think that that's not as good as what I did, so I'm going to leave that. And I'll take this one out. All right, let's see what we're dealing with now and knock that one up. Let's merge these two together. I don't think there's a hotkey for that. Merge visible layers. Because if I merge, oh wait, no, we don't want to do that. Merge visible layers. What was I thinking? We want to merge the selected layers. There we go. He's got a really weird arm here. There's some weird stuff going on with it. Now I'm trying to think, should I just do another pass and refine it one more time? Or should I just correct the things that are off? I'm just going to correct the things that are off. So let's knock this down, make another one, and correct what's off. So
Oh, the guy that made it, he just made a new game where you like hack into stuff.
no, that's weird. Try that. Boy, I'm getting all kinds of weird shapes. I'll take that one. Almost done here.
Oh!
Am I making the wrong changes to this? Like, I think I probably am. That's cool. I'll take it. I'll just fix the tips of these hands up. See what we're dealing with would be. Yeah, that's fine. Now this is a little weird. Let's go like this. Let's foreshorten this maybe a little bit more. Let's see if I take this. Let's take it there. That works. Yeah, we got some stuff happening here. All right, now this arm, let's fix this arm. Bring that in a little bit.
What?
And then
Is that
still gonna bring that up there. We got
It's
weird
verifying
tangents
the file.
coming. We got weird tangents happening there, and there's not really anything I can do about them.
No, the game is currently downloading. So
I almost feel like I should just
It's
leave that
downloading
arm
complete
all
verified
distorted as it is. because when I put it in the whole scene, it's going to make enough sense. So that's going to be it. Let's erase off what we switched up. I don't know if I even made this any better here, but I gave it a try. All right. Okay, let's do the silhouette value.
Oh. That's not right.
Before I do that, though, we've got to do the...
Alright, I got like 5 minutes on it.
Got to do the... the bolt action. I'll put an 8 on this. I'm going to go thicker with that.
Oh, in 8 days.
Whoa, weird. Weird. What I've got to do here after this is take a break, and then I got to start some freelance jobs. It's already 6 o'clock though. Wow. It's okay though. We've got time. We'll be fine. For some reason I'm having a hard time turning my hand the way I need it to be to do this curve. There it is.
Only 3 minutes remaining.
Break that up there. Get that out of there.
Okay. 2 minutes.
Yeah, that one all wobbly. It's an angle that's like hard for me to reach. That looks weird. Let's redo it. That's got to be put there because it's got to be in front. And once you get the line weights in, all of a sudden the bad drawing starts to look kind of good. That's why I don't do them right away for the style of cartooning though, because I'm like, okay, if I can get it halfway decent looking with just line art that's completely unweighted, completely flat, then maybe I can, you know, do something else with it better when I do the line weights. Okay, let's do 6.
Oh, is it gonna do a tutorial when I get in?
There. This hand.
Huh? Yeah, pretty much.
Get this hand
What is this
going
game? What is this
here.
game? I know you have to.
Cool. Now let's do pen. Maybe we'll do some more rendering here.
And there's someone trying to kill you the whole time.
There.
It's not fun when they
There.
kill you. That's what I mean. My game has 3 seconds remaining. It's done. Yes, yes.
I mean, I could put more shadows on this if we wanted. I don't really want to though. Most of that's going to be behind him anyway.
Dude, this game is nice. It's nice. I don't know what about it's nice. I'm not even in the game. It's nice.
I'm not going to do that. We can hit all that with the coloring.
I get blood points if I do the tutorial, but
I don't want to
okay,
render
I
the
don't
hell
know.
out of it.
I know, dude. There's only 16 days on it, dude. Is it like an annual thing or just like?
All right, that's cool. I'll take that. We'll stop there. I could.
Oh.
Let me see if I like this here. Render these fingers down.
I don't care. Probably killer.
All right, so that's what that looks like.
Oh.
I don't like that rendering now.
Already? I'm running. Oh, dude, I don't have any perks, any characters. There's no perks. Oh. I don't remember if I do. The
Not gonna
hillbilly.
work. I think so. Close. Yeah, that's cool. I'll take it. There we go. Got this guy here.
I probably played the hillbilly the most, but the.
I'm gonna have to
prepper-
stop here. I'm
was
not gonna
kinda
be able to do
done when I played this game, so I don't know. I'll do hillbilly.
Brain Monkey over
hillbilly.
here. I'll have to do him tomorrow. Took me too long to work out this Raw King character. So basically, this character, his name is Raw King. So, spelled like this. Raw King. Raw King. It's not rocking. It's not that. It's Raw King. And because his name is Rocking, because he has this like rocking testicoil going at all times, but I named him Raw King so that I'd have like a more unique spelling and everything on his name. All right, that's it. I'm going to cut this stream. That's going to do it today. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow, if I'm not back later today, for another live stream. And until then, don't know. Goodbye. Where's my mouse?